So this is machine number 3. So I've had 2 machines for a little over a year, and the best indicator of when you need to upgrade to more machines is when you can't keep up with the work. So I got another Smartstitch 1001, and the reason I went with another single head instead of getting like the multi-head or the big beast machines that they have is because this thing works just fine. There's literally the only difference between the beast machines that have the 15 and this one is the screen size is bigger on the beast machines and they hold more colors. So they hold 15 colors instead of 10, which is on this one. And the sewing area is way bigger on the beast machines, which is 24-inch. Now, the majority of the work I do is hats, so I don't need any of that. The 1001 works perfect for me. So now I have 2 1001s and 1 1201. So I got this delivered yesterday. If you're looking to get the 1001 or the 1201, I will say these things come in crates. So Amazon delivered this, and these things are heavy. So they left it in the garage, thankfully. But just know that you're gonna need a team lift to bring it into your house, or if you live in an apartment, they can only go to the first floor. They will not lift this up for you. So I live in a house, so they put it in the garage for me. But, all right, this crate weighs 288 pounds, and it lists the weight right here in kilograms. So 131 kilograms is 288 pounds. So they're heavy. Now I will say the best thing to do if you live in an apartment is to uncrate this thing as quickly as possible and get someone else to help you take everything upstairs. If Amazon can drop it off in your garage, that's the best thing. That way you're not in a rush to open this thing. So you don't need to wait for training or anything to open the crate. Go ahead and open the crate as soon as you get it. So next up, I'm just gonna go ahead and start unboxing this thing. So the best 2 tools you can get are a knife to tear this plastic off and a flathead screwdriver. So these things help pop off these metal clasps on here. All right, so as you can tell, there's shrink wrap on here, and then this, all you gotta do is just pry it off, and these will all start popping off. So I'm gonna start doing that now. All right, so once you've taken off all the plywood panels, you can see all your machine here. Here's the machine. Here is the stand. And here are the items that you're gonna need. So the accessory box, what does this have? A frame holder and a frame support. This is very important. Starter kit. So your toolbox is in here, and I believe extra thread is in there as well. Bobbin winder. Personally, I never use this, so you can trash this. I have 3 of these, never got to use it. But if you like to wind your own bobbin, go ahead and use it. Cap station, super important. You do need this. This is how you make your hats. Alright, next up, square hoops. I'll be honest, I don't use Smartstitch hoops. I use Mighty hoops, the magnet ones. But it is worth learning how to use these. So I recommend that you start with these, learn how to use them, and then go to Mighty hoops. Because if you're doing any type of production work, you need speed, and Mighty hoops is the only thing that provides that for you. And then here is the casters for the stand. These are very important. So up next, I'm going to build the stand, which is right here. Oh, here's your toolbox. So this is the toolbox that comes with it. Alright, so if you're new to Smartstitch, this is the toolbox. And your power cord is in here. Very important. These pliers, very important. These are great for when you get a bird nest. They help take out the bird nest. Machine oil. Honestly, the best thing you can do with this is either chunk it, throw it away, or go to Amazon and buy a needle oil applier. I think Liberty Oil makes one. And you can transfer this oil into those canisters because this applicator is useless. It makes a huge mess. So keep that in mind. Allen wrenches, absolutely need these. This is how you're going to change your cap station. This is how you mount your flat station. This is how you change your needles. You need these hex keys. Screwdrivers you will need. These are important because if you ever need to adjust your hat hoop, this is a great way to do it. I have a video on this, how to change your hat hoop. There are hats that are wider, some are narrow, some are more narrow, so you can adjust your hat hoop with these. These are some applique scissors, and the way you can tell they're applique is because they have a curve. So if you plan on doing applique, these are great. You can also buy extras on Amazon. But yeah, these work just fine. What else? What else? This little screwdriver is to adjust the tension on your bobbin case. So when you're doing tension testing, this is how you tighten or loosen your bobbin. Very important screw. This blue one is to change your needle out. So you can either use the hex key for the needle or you can use this blue one for the needle. So this comes in handy too. They give you some tweezers here. You can also use, I don't really use these. This is for the hat station. Comes in handy. One of mine broke on my other machine, so they do give you extra parts here. More screws. More screws. All right, over here. This bag is important because here's your needles. These machines come with Gross Beckert needles. Let me see if I can open this. So here's the Gross Beckert needle. 7511 FFG. FFG is good for like t-shirts, sweaters. RG is good for hats. So definitely look into getting RGs as well. And these are just regular needles. I would get titanium as well. They stay sharper longer. But these work great. So nothing wrong with these. The other thing you're gonna need from here is this guy. This is your bobbin case. So you absolutely need your bobbin case. You actually have the actual bobbin, I think comes in the starter kit. But take your case out, you'll need this to load it. The other thing you're gonna need is a USB stick. So if you're not gonna use their USB stick, I recommend that you get one and then format it to, it's called FAT32 format. So on your computer, format your drive to FAT32 or else the machine won't recognize it. But I like to use their USB sticks. They work good. These machines also have Wi-Fi now. So Smartstitch has videos. I'll probably make one later on. And you can wirelessly transfer your files into your machine. And I think that pretty much sums up what you're gonna need from here. What else is in here? Extra screws. You might need these, actually, keep these in mind. You might need these for the flat station. This is how you attach it to the machine with these guys, but I'm not sure if these are extras or not. We'll find out later. But these are all extra spare parts. So right now, hopefully nothing breaks and everything works in perfect condition for a very long time, but they do include a ton of extra parts. So always keep these handy. And there's a black bag in here. What is this? Line pipe? Oh, interesting. Okay, so now they include they didn't do this, used to do this, but now they include extra pipes for your, so these are thread guides. And these thread guides are these. So you can replace these. They will gunk up after about a year or two. So now they replace they give you replacements. I also have a video where you can buy some on Amazon. But this is great to have. They have improved. One more thing you will need from here. You might want to keep this out, especially when you thread your machine, because the spools don't come on this yet, is this wire here. And this helps pull your wire, this helps pull your thread through these tubes right here. So keep this in mind. I would keep this out if I were you. So I think that pretty much sums up your toolbox. So very important toolbox. Go through it. You need parts from here. So I would keep these out. Your USB, Allen. Keep these two out. Your power cord. And that's about it from here for now. So alright, so next up I'm going to build the stand. So I'm going to do a time lapse on this. Honestly, Smartstitch has a video on how to mount this, and it's great. Just follow that along and it'll help you to mount your stand. The only advice I can give you on that is don't tighten anything down all the way until you have all the screws on, and then you can go ahead and tighten everything up. One more thing I forgot that's in here. Is this table? Not this, but this table. All right, so I've never used this in my life. I have two machines. This is now my third one. I've never used my table. The table comes in handy with extremely heavy garments, very bulky items. So if you do a lot of quilting, table's great. If you plan on doing a bunch of like heavy duty garments, that's great for it. But I've never actually used my table. I don't even know how to mount it, honestly. So, but if you use a table, it does have a table. This hoop is a sample hoop. But all right, so I'm gonna do a time lapse on this. Go to Smartstitch's account. They're gonna show you how to assemble your stand. Alright, so I have my stand built, got my machine ready. The last thing I need to do, so there's going to be a part 2 to this video, and the last thing I need to do is lift this machine up and put it on here. But this isn't the final place. I'm in my garage right now. We actually have a warehouse space that we work out of. So this is not the final place for this machine. So what I'm going to do is do a part 2 to this video, actually have the machine on the stand, and then I'm going to show you other details you should know about mounting this. So stay tuned for part 2. As far as this part goes, there are some screws at the bottom of this. So grab yourself a wrench and you'll feel them down here, so that this can detach from the base. So, all right, I'll see you in part 2.